Right. Welcome. Thank you for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through yoga. We will practice all levels yoga for 45 minutes. Just a reminder to listen to your body. So if any stretches are not working for you, you can always skip them, come on out and modify. And things that you may want for your practice today, it could be nice to have a yoga mat. The blanket and the yoga block are really helpful. So if you have that, that's great. And if not, that's very okay. We can just work around that through our time together. So let's get started in a seated centering today. So we'll just take a comfortable seated position. We call this Sukhasana, the easy seat. They call it the happy seat as well. So you definitely want your body to be comfortable here. So legs can be crossed. You can extend your legs out in front of you, maybe bend your knees and sit on your heels. So there's a lot of ways to sit. And if none of those work for you because the knees are really tight or the hips are really tight, you can always lay down on the back and do a little centering there. So let's give ourselves some time to release the day so far. We will drop into our breath and our body and the present moment. So as we start here, just gently letting yourself settle. And then with your exhale, feel the body just sinking down and grounding here. Just releasing any stress from the day. Letting yourself be present in the moment. And with each exhale, let yourself drop into a deeper and deeper level of relaxation. Maybe do a little scan. So we all hold tension a little differently in our bodies. So just notice in your own body where you hold tension. Bring that mindfulness to it and try to release it with your exhale. If you'd like, set an intention. So your intention is your own personal goal or desire for our time together. And that could be anything. Maybe it's that you want to relax, that you want to push yourself. So there's no right and wrong. It's really just a focal point for yourself. Let's start with a circling of the neck. Imagine that there is a clock in front of you and try to run your nose through the numbers on the clock. And so as you create this movement, we're just going to work this really nice little gentle rotation in the neck. And circle in the other direction. So just reverse that movement. Bring yourself into a neutral neck. Let's take our hands at heart space in prayer and chin to your chest and exhale. Round your back body and let's let the heart come forward. We're going to open up those hands and let your shoulders relax away from your ears. Let's bring our chin to our chest and exhale. Round your back body and heart floats forward and shoulders relax from the ears. And let's play with the breath here for a moment. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, try to feel the shoulders relax away from your ears. We'll create a bit of space here between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And on the exhale, really round through your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Let's bring ourselves to a neutral spine here. We'll come on forward into tabletop. And as you come into tabletop, feel free to grab a blanket to pad your knees. So we'll take our knees, our hips in line. We'll bring our wrists, our shoulders in line. And feel the fingers span nice and wide. So we're going to ground through the index finger and the thumb. Take your right knee into fire hydrant and begin to create circles here. So maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles. We'll just work this really nice rotation. And begin to circle in the other direction. So we'll just reverse that movement. The right foot will kick to the right. Let's bring ourselves to a gorilla kick here. So we are going to flex our foot, press out through the heel and the back of the knee. Feel the leg is active, engaged, and energized. Coming on up, let your core engage as you rise on up. And we're going to work with gate pose Paragasana. So hands to the sky as you inhale, hands at your heart as you exhale. Full breath in, let's rise on up. Let it go. Let's go 3 more times here. Hands relax down. Let's bring our right hand onto our right hip, left arm up and over. We'll bring ourselves into a side stretch. And rolling that left shoulder back. Let's try to feel that right shoulder rolling under and feel that the heart is shining to the sky a bit. Floating yourself to neutral. Let's do a little windmill down. So left hand lowers, right hand rises up. We'll find a variation of side plank here. And this variation is so nice for opening and stacking through those shoulders. You can stay right where you're at. Maybe lift that leg on up if you would like. Maybe bring your hand for the foot. You could take a little bind here. You could come into a little bit of a variation of a sugar cane. So we get a quad stretch here. We get a hip flexor and a psoas stretch. Let's float that foot down. Core engages as you come on up. Let's take our hands at the top of our mat. Sweep your right foot to the left, bringing you into a C curve for the spine. We can walk our hands off towards the left and maybe gaze off your left shoulder. And just notice if that helps you move a little deeper into your side stretch. Float yourself back to center. Let's do a little realignment to tabletop. Lower your stomach down. Let's lift up through the heart. Tailbone will lower and crown of the head will lower. Flow through cat and dog stretch for a moment. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from your ears. We will create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. On your exhale, round your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Coming into a neutral spine here, let's bring that left knee into fire hydrant. We will find our circles, find that movement. So body's natural tendency is to draw a little bit of extra weight into that right hand. So try to distribute that to the left so that your shoulders are squaring down towards the mat. We will circle in the other direction. Left foot takes your kick to the left, gorilla kick, flex your foot, press through the heel, back of the knee. Let's lower the foot down, core engages to come on up. Full breath in, let's rise up. Hands at the heart. So circling in the opposite direction from here, let's bring our fingertips to the sky. Let your arms sweep out and around. Full breath in, rise on up. Let it go. 3 more times here with your breath. As your hands release, let's bring our left hand onto our left hip. Right arm up and over. Breathe so deeply here. Almost imagine that you could create a little bit of space in between the ribs. We're going to float ourselves back up through a little windmill down. Left hand rises, right hand plants. Pausing here, inside plank. Try to stack and open through the shoulders. Staying here, maybe lifting that leg on up. Hand for the foot if you want it. Trying out a little bind here. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's float the foot down. Core engages to come on up. Hands at the top of your mat. Let's take our left foot to the right. C curve in the spine. Walk your hands off towards the right. Gaze off your right shoulder. And give yourself a little bit more side stretch here. Let's put ourselves back to center. Realign into table. Take a nice deep full breath in here. And as you exhale, let's come to a downward facing dog. Toes curl under, sitting bones to the sky. Try to create an upside down V shape with your body. Bend one knee and the other knee. Relax your head, yes. And relax your head, no. If the hamstrings are really tight, maybe bend deep into those knees just to give a little bit more support to your body. Let's put ourselves into plank. We'll bring ourselves into a high push-up pose. Knees can be down if you'd like to modify. Let's try a reverse push-up down to the mat for sync. So we're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Hands will glide out in front. Elbows in line with your shoulders. Reach for opposite arms here to make sure the elbows aren't too far from one another. You can stay here, maybe lifting up, hands press down, elbows lift up, elbows can wrap in. Maybe straighten the arms, work your way into a seal pose. Let's reach and stretch through the crown of the head. Lower it down to the mat. Let's take a nice deep full breath in here. We're going to float it back to down dog on exhale. Toes to the hands, forward fold at the top of your mat. Let's shake it out a little bit here. So it may feel nice to bend one knee, to bend the other knee. Relax your head, yes, and relax your head, no. So if the ground is feeling far away, have that deep bend in your knees for support, and maybe hands on blocks for support as well. Let's take ourselves to a half lift here. Lift your spine, lengthen your spine. We're gonna fold it down. Come on up, we'll rise for mountain. Hands at the heart space as you exhale. Let's take that right knee up and into the chest and into the stomach. So fingers can interlock. You can reach for the front of the knee. And we are going to try to pull that knee in a little bit. And breathe here. So hanging out here if you wanted. To deepen your stretch, you can give yourself a little hip opener. So right knee to the right. Left hand off towards the left. And maybe gaze off your left fingertips. See if that gives you a little bit more of a stretch. Bring it back to center. Let's take that knee to our chest, hug it in. We'll take our right knee to the left, and then right hand to the right. So this time we're gonna try out a nice little twist. So breathe into that twist. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Let's put ourselves back to center. We're going to take that knee to our chest, come back to a crescent warrior. Right foot back, right heel is lifted. Feel that your heel is pressing straight back. So we want to feel that our heel is in line with our hip. And then actively pressing that heel straight back. Feel that nice long line of energy flowing in your body. Let's bring our hands down to the earth. Runner's lunge, right leg to the sky, standing splits pose. In standing splits, maybe look to the wall behind you. Maybe take your gaze to the ceiling up behind your body. A lot of times as you relax your gaze like that, it can just help you move deeper into the stretch. Knee into your nose on exhale. Let's do a round. We'll try a crunch here. Float your leg up and float it back. Exhale, round. Up and back. Let's go 3 more times here with your breath. Back on through to standing splits. Warrior 1, right foot back. We're going to take our right heel down onto the mat. Hands will reach to the sky as you inhale. So this one is just a bit different from that crescent. So we're going to get a little different calf stretch here, a little bit different quad stretch and hamstring stretch. It's also going to be really good for our hip flexor and our psoas. So if you feel like you've been sitting today, this is going to really help to stretch and to open that. Hands behind your body. Let's take it to Yoga Mudra. Fingers interlock, palms touch. Let's lengthen, fold down as you exhale. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders. And just notice if that helps you move a little deeper into the shoulder stretch. Core engages. Let's bring it on up. Warrior 1. Hands to the earth. Let's float it to our lunge. Back up through to plank. Moving into boat. Bring it all the way down to the mat. Arms behind your body. Let's try Yoga Mudra arms on this one. Fingers interlock, palms touch. Lifting up when you're ready. So we're going to lift the legs. We have our heart open. We have our shoulders relaxing down. And breathe in and out here. So each time you inhale, feel yourself lifting up, moving a little deeper into that back bend. Let's float ourselves down to the mat. Take a full breath here. Press back to down dog as you exhale. Toes to the hands. Let's bring it through to a fold. Half lift here. And release. Let's come on up. Rising for mountain. Hands at the heart as you exhale. Left knee comes up into the chest and into the stomach. Fingers interlock. So if you're struggling with the balance, you may want to step off the yoga mat. Sometimes the mat's a little squishy. Doesn't always help with our balancing. Left knee to the left, right hand to the right. Dancing Shiva. Try to relax that right shoulder from your right ear. Also relax that left shoulder from your right ear. Bring it back to center. Let's take that knee to our chest. Hug it in. Left knee floats to the right. Gaze off your left fingertips. Create a nice twist here and let's breathe into that twist. We are going to float ourselves back to neutral. Take that knee to your chest. Give it a nice hug in. Kapo Tasana, nice leg and hip stretch. Float your left foot back. We're going to try out crescent on the other side. Drop in here. Begin to connect with your breath. So let's breathe into our stomach. Breathe into the ribs. Take your breath to the chest, so right up to the collarbones. Hands are going to float down. Let's take it to runner's lunge. Left leg rises, standing splits pose. And relaxing your head as best as you can. So we want to try to let our head hang heavy like a weight. Try to let go of tension that you might be holding on to here. Knee into the nose on exhale. Let's try a round and a crunch. Float your leg up, float it back. Exhale, round. Up and back. Let's go 3 more times here with the breath. Release. Let's take ourselves back through to a warrior one pose. Left heel grounds down this time. Deep bend into your front knee. Hips and shoulders are spurring forward. Try to breathe in and out through your nose. That will help you to keep the mind and the body calm, relaxed, and at ease. Let's float those hands behind. Fingers interlock, palms touch, lengthen, fold it down on exhale. Core engages. Let's bring it up. Warrior one. Hands to the earth. Let's float ourselves into our runner's lunge. Make your way back into plank. And we'll work with our up dog here. Reverse push-up down to the mat. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Let's breathe into that nice low back bend. Down dog. Breathe out. Right leg floats to the sky. 3-limbed dog. Right knee to right tricep. Let's do a nice little tap forward. Send it up and float it back. Knee into your nose on exhale. Round and crunch. Up and back. Let's take that right knee to left tricep. Send it up. Send it back. Take a big step forward with your right foot, and we are going to open into warrior two pose. So in a warrior two, have your front heel in line with your back arch. Have your shoulders over your hips. And feel that your hands are reaching forward and back. So arms are very active, engaged, and energized. Reverse, let's take it up and take it back. Reverse warrior two pose. You want to get this wonderful lateral stretch in the spine. Float yourself to center. Let's try lateral angle. We'll work into a nice hip opener here. So arm to your leg. Hand comes down to the mat if you'd like. Maybe hand to a block if you'd like. Just trying not to collapse into the bottom shoulder here. Let's lift and lengthen a little bit. Core engages. Let's bring it up. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Front hand up, back, reverse, triangle, stretch. Come on through. Let's try our triangle from here. Hips will go back. Hands will reach and stretch forward. Lower the hand down, triangle, Trikanasana. Imagine your body in between two panes of glass here. So we'll just imagine our body in one straight line. Stay here, balancing half moon pose if you'd like. Right hand comes out in front, left leg rises up. Flex your left foot. Have your left toes pointing off to the left side of the room. Try to get this nice hip opener through the hips and the shoulders. Hand for the foot. Maybe try a bind. Maybe work with sugar cane if you'd like to go there. And if you're binding, create a little sensation of kicking the foot into the hand. Give yourself a little bit more of a back bend. Let's float ourselves back. Warrior two pose. Windmill the hands down. Let's take ourselves to that runner's lunge. Bring it back on through into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Let's breathe into our mid back bend. Downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Float it up. Knee to elbow. So we're going to take left knee to left elbow. Send it up. Send it back. Knee into the nose. Exhale, round. Up and back. Let's go opposite. So left knee to right tricep. Tap it, cross it over. Float it up, float it back. And big step through. Let's come into warrior two on the other side. So in warrior two, imagine that you could pull your feet in towards one another. So we're just going to try to feel that our legs are really active, engaged, energized. Reverse, float it up, float it back. Try to keep that deep bend in the front knee. The body's natural tendency many times is to straighten that leg. So let's keep that knee bending and moving forward. Let's bring it through. Lateral angle, take it down. And maybe extended lateral angle. And with this one, try to create a little twisting sensation. So we want to try to roll our right shoulder back, left shoulder under. Right hip back, left hip under. So nice kind of twisting and opening here. Warrior two, let's rise it up. Straighten your front leg, front hand up and back, reverse triangle stretch. Come on up, hips will go back. Hands reach, stretch forward. Hand comes down, triangle. Let's land in Trikanasana here. And in triangle pose, try to feel the body stack and open. So feel our shoulders in one line, wrists in one line, and long line flowing fingertips to fingertips. Moving into our balancing half moon pose, we're going to float that hand forward, rising up with the breath. Peek down to your left foot. Try to have your foot straight with the edge of your yoga mat. We don't want our toes to turn in or out too much on this one. Hand for the foot, we can come into a bind, sugar cake. Create that sensation of kicking the foot into the hands. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's release it. We're gonna float ourselves back on through warrior two pose. Windmill the hands to the earth. Runner's lunge. Step it back, plank, high push up. Lower down, chaturanga. Let's take an up dog here. Press it back to down dog as you exhale. Right leg to the sky, three-limbed dog. Let's take our knee into our nose on exhale. We'll take a round and a crunch. Send your leg up, float it back. Exhale, round. One more time, knee into nose. Good, let's take it back on up. Now this time, we're gonna take it to pigeon. Right knee to your right wrist. Have your lower leg at a bit of an angle. So we want our heel to be, our right heel to be near our left hip. And we want to feel even here. We don't want to be leaning to one side too much or the other side too much. Good. Let's take a nice full breath here to lengthen. We're going to come on down as you exhale. And fold. This one is Kapo Tasana. So this is a wonderful hip stretch, a wonderful leg stretch. So good for getting into your low back as well. And we are just going to try to find a little bit of softness in this one. So feeling the eyes closing. Relax the eyebrows. Relax your jaw. And try to let go of tension through the back of your head and the back of your neck. Relax through the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Relax through the upper mid and low back. And relax your legs and relax through your feet. Let's begin to release. We will press ourselves up to a down dog as you exhale. Left leg to the sky. Let's take our knee into our nose. Exhale, round. We're going to crunch here. Float it up and float it back. Exhale, round. Knee to nose. Up and back. Let's go one more time here. Knee into nose. Up and back. Let's take that left knee to left wrist. Left heel near your right hip. Prop up on the hands. Even yourself off. Squaring yourself forward. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's bring it down on exhale. Fold. And soften here. So sometimes movement is nice. Sometimes stillness works as well. So if you inch around a little bit, move around a little bit, that might ease you into a little bit of a deeper stretch. You can kind of open the muscles a little bit more, a little deeper. And feel yourself connecting with the breath. So I know this one can be challenging for many people, especially if the hips are really tight. It doesn't always feel the best. So just know that we won't be in it forever. And you can just try to quiet the mind by turning your awareness to your breath. And release. So to come out this time, let's roll onto our left hip and right foot can sweep forward. Draw the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right leg. And we're going to try for a Stargazer stretch. So for Stargazer, left hand comes behind you. You'll press into the heel of your right foot and then the outer edge and the lower leg on your left side. So let's begin to lift our hips up. That right hand's going to reach and stretch up and back in a nice shoulder stretch. And then we'll just gently drop our hips down. Take a nice full breath in. Let's draw those hips up, back bending here. Float it down. And let's go 2 more times with the breath. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to center here. We're going to keep our legs just in the position they were. Take a moment to take your hands to the sky. Nice full breath in. Let's come on down on exhale. Fold forward. Try to relax yourself deeper into the stretch. With each exhale, moving deeper and deeper into that forward fold. And flowing on up through the spine. We'll come on up 1 vertebrae at a time. Let's take our left foot off to the right side of the mat. Working with a seated spinal twist. You can stay right where you're at. Maybe that right foot will move to the left. Let's try an open twist to start. Hands to the sky, full breath. Release your hands to the right on exhale. And as you're twisting here on your in-breath, feel your spine lengthen on your out-breath. Allow for your twist to deepen. Hands will float to the sky. Let's take a nice full breath in here. We're going to release to the other side. On the exhale, maybe gaze off your left shoulder and just see if that helps you move a little deeper into your twist. Let's bring ourselves back on through to center. Hands to the sky, full breath in, and hands at the heart for a full breath out. So let's begin to unwrap the legs. We're going to take those legs right out in front. We can give them a bit of a shakeout. Right leg comes up and in this time, we'll try out Stargazer. So right hand plants behind your body, core engages, hips rise up. Let's reach and stretch that hand up and overhead. Hips will float down, do a little reset. Core engages, let's rise on up. Good. And let's go 2 more times here with your breath. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to center here. Sole of the right foot to the inside of your left leg. Take a full breath here. Hands to the sky, full breath in. Come on down. Let's fold over the left leg on exhale. And rise on up. Janushirshasana, head to knee stretch. Right foot moves to the left. We're going to try out that seated spinal twist. So feel free to stay here, one leg bent, one leg straight, or bend them both. And we'll try an open twist. This one's a little easier just to warm us up. Twist to the left on exhale for that open twist. Breathe into the twist for your back. So we want to breathe into our low back, mid back, and upper back. Hands to the sky. Nice full breath here. Let's take it off to the right on exhale. And then also breathe into the twist for the front body. So breathe into your stomach, your ribs, chest. Release from the chest, ribs, and the stomach. We will realign here. Take your hands to the sky. Nice full breath in, and hands at your heart for a full breath out. Legs can come right out in front. We'll give them a little bit of a shake out and come on down to your back. As you come down onto your back, take your knees into your chest, hug them in, gentle rock to the right and gentle rock to the left. And let's bring this gentle movement into circles. So maybe find large circles or smaller circles. And circle in the other direction. We'll just reverse that movement. And release. So we will come into Shavasana from here. We'll come to our resting pose of our practice. So for this one, legs can relax, arms can relax. If you have any sensitivity in your low back, you can always plant your feet. Knees are bent. So feet can be wide at the edges of your mat and then knees drop in towards one another, or heels are in line with your hips. As we settle here, maybe invite a little gentle tuck to your low back, just a little tuck and then a release. So that will just help you to create a little bit more length in your low back. Maybe a gentle tuck of your chin to lengthen the back of your neck. Feel your palms facing up. So that'll give you a nice gentle rotation in the hands. And then turn your awareness to the breath flowing in and flowing out through your nose. Give yourself a moment here to deepen the breath. Maybe wiggle the fingers and toes. Simply noticing how you feel in the moment. Feel your mind relaxed, calm at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. Tension that you came to class with, feel how that's released with breath, with movement. Bringing yourself to your side, we'll land in a fetal position. Maybe create a pillow with your lower arm. And just feel your body taking the shape of the pose. Coming on up, let's take it into seated. Hands can come into the heart space in prayer. Hands at the heart space here, and thanking yourself for practicing yoga today, for doing something so good for your mind, body, and spirit. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. It's great to be here with you. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I look forward to seeing you next class. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.